No, just the simple idea of like he's the monster that comes out during the day. That's cool.
Yeah.
But fuck you.
Yeah.
They're not true. I refuse to treat them as equals. The shit on the roof and he throws the fucking shield at him and he just fucking turns around and grabs it. Oh, that shit's so fucking cool.
You know, I think it was going good. But then that thing in the end where like they both still make it out alive. I'm like, bro, you should have died. That would have made such a better ending.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hits Podcast. My name is Oscar. This is my sister, Sophia. This is our podcast. It's called the Hits Podcast, HTS, no I. Today, we are doing another game of overrated, underrated. I think we're going to do this for like 3 weeks because there's just a bunch of stuff to talk about. And it's good to like have like a theme for what we're doing. Today,
3 weeks?
We're doing movies. This is already week 2. 3 weeks would just be one more week. But anyways, but we're definitely going to do like 3 more. Today we're doing movies. Sophia, how many movies do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, cool, because I don't have any. I'm just kidding. I have one.
Are you serious?
I have one, but I'm sure I could think of more. I don't think this is that hard of a topic. But just for fun, not for, lack of preparedness. You go first.
Okay. I have one that this is the one because sometimes we won't talk about it before, but like I get like I'm all like ooh like anticipating how it's gonna go, and like I'll write one down and I'm like, oh yeah, Oscar's gonna agree with this. So I'm like, oh yeah, Oscar's not gonna agree with this. And this
like
one,
you never just write shit down without like also thinking about how it's gonna how the conversation's gonna go.
This one I don't know. I think you'll go against me, but I don't know. Mm-hmm. Okay. Adam Sandler movies. Not just a single one, just Adam Sandler.
As a genre?
Movies. As a genre.
Well, absolutely underrated. What do you... Underrated as far as like literal ratings, like from like Rotten Tomatoes and like movie critics and shit?
I feel like I don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes because there's a lot of movies that are popular that did really bad on Rotten Tomatoes. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a whole other
like critics in general, critics in comedy movies, they don't go well. Like there's so many like cult classic comedy movies that are badly reviewed. Like I was just seeing a video where Jamie Foxx was talking about Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and that the movie has terrible reviews, but they're like, and he was like, yeah, critics like they don't get it. Like, they just don't get that type of shit. Like, it just doesn't click for them. And I feel like that's the same with Adam Sandler movies. Like, it's like the appeal isn't necessarily in the story. You know what I mean?
I think yes, I get what you're saying. What you're saying, the math is mathing, right? Which is amazing because math usually doesn't math up in here for me, right? But the math is mathing. I get what you're saying, okay? I think take critics and like Rotten Tomatoes out because I'm talking about like societal basings, not a one group of people who decide like you know what I mean? Because like
I still say underrated.
Underrated?
Yeah, because I've heard that people hate Adam Sandler. Like, you know how there are people in Hollywood that have no haters, like Keanu Reeves and like certain people like that. I've seen a video where like, oh, these are some of the most hated people in Hollywood, and they're like, people hate J-Lo because she's a bitch, or people hate so and so because this or whatever, and they're like, people hate Adam Sandler because all of his movies are the same like type of comedic bullshit, and he's like, and they also hate him because his wife is always super hot in the movies, and then I'm like, y'all are just hating, bro,
haters.
Like hating to hate at that point. He's not even actually married to them. Like, what is he supposed to do? You know what I mean?
They're like, this is so unrealistic.
And even then, I'm not sure it's like his.
Pretty realistic. Like,
even then, I'm not sure it's his fault.
There's plenty of ugly guys with like hot ass bitches, you know? Like,
exactly. There are way too many hot girls with ugly boyfriends.
So you think
I think he and his movies and his sort of like brand in itself is underrated, except the way he dresses, because people always cheer him on for being like, he's so humble, he doesn't give a fuck.
That's funny.
I'm like, bro, you can put on a shirt at least, like, just at least just a little, like even just a plain t-shirt like that. Like, you just don't have to be in basketball shorts and a fucking baggy ass hoodie everywhere all the time. If you are like that most of the time, do your thing. I don't give a fuck. If you're at an actual event, like at least a button up. You know,
It's part of his
now it's part of
what's
his
it called?
brand, but like
It's part of his brand.
I'm
Anyways,
very big on dressing for the occasion, so that's just me.
anyways, I think his genre movies is overrated.
I knew
No,
it.
no, no, no. Don't. Yeah, I know. I don't think they're bad. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of his movies that I will laugh at. But what you were saying, I don't think it's bullshit. But I think it is all like,
They're not to be taken seriously.
yeah, like I think
Or do you think they're not to
people
be
who
like respected as like cinema?
no, I don't think that. I think it's not cookie cutter. Like he definitely does have
Mm,
like some like where it's like
yeah.
not like his others, but I do think the
It's
over
the same
exaggerate
shit like over
the
and over again.
yes, yes. And that's why I think it's
Okay.
overrated. I don't think it's not good.
He does a
You know what
little
I mean?
it's too similar. Like he does the same shit a little too often.
Yeah.
Like one trick
Yeah,
pony
which is
kind of thing.
why yes, which is why I'm saying overrated.
But
Again, I
also
don't hate it.
I don't
I don't hate
trust
him.
I don't have that much faith in your in how many of his movies you've seen or how many you're familiar with. Because even I haven't seen that many, and I think I've seen a lot. Like
I think the only one
I know you've seen Big Daddy, and I'm
Mhm.
willing to bet that's the only one that you can like actually tell me like part of the plot and like jokes in the movie and references and this and that. You should watch that movie
I've
again
seen
recently. If you haven't seen it recently, you should watch it. It's great. It's
I've
amazing.
seen that one. I've
That
seen
one's
50
actually
First
really
Dates.
good. That one's actually really good, even like as far as like the story and like
Yeah,
the
that's one of
message
the
and this and that.
I think that's one of the ones where it's like, yeah, like that one I think that movie is underrated. I
Yeah.
think his movies as a genre is overrated. I think that one movie of his is
50 First
underrated.
Dates. 50 First Dates
I've
is
seen
also
50
good.
First Dates.
Like
I've
when
seen
she
50
beats
First
the
Dates.
shit out
I've
of
seen
Rob
Grown
Schneider with a
Ups.
bat.
Hilarious.
I just saw Grown Up. Hold on. I saw Grown Ups when it came out, but I just saw it again recently when I was in El Paso. And then I watched it yesterday while I was working on shit. And then I watched Grown Ups 2 while I was working on shit too. Those movies are funny. Or like, I hadn't seen either of them since like they came out. Um, they're so funny. And I felt
Seen that
old.
one.
I felt old. Hold on. I felt so old.
Because he
Because
is
in
old.
no, because in Grown Ups 2, they're having like a Halloween or like a costume party. I don't know if it's Halloween, but a costume party. And like all the kids are dressed up. And then he walks into the living room and they're like, "What the fuck are you dressed up as?" And he's like, "What are you talking about? I'm Bruce Springsteen from the whatever album cover." And he's just wearing a white t-shirt and jeans and a boot and boots, and he has like a red
And you
hat
got
tucked.
it.
He has like a red hat tucked into his back pocket. And I'm like, I know which album cover. Like I know that Bruce Springsteen. And I was like, fuck, I'm old. And then
I've
later,
never seen that.
hold on, later, there's another scene where some dude who's gay is like in the movie and he's like just in the kitchen. And then some other dude who is like revealed to be gay then in there comes out. But he's dressed as Boy George for the fucking costume. And I don't know if you know who Boy George is. You don't because you're not old like me. But it's so funny because like Boy George was one of those male artists back in like the 80s who would like dress super like flamboyantly and like wore makeup and like all sorts of crazy outfits. Like you know how Prince was like really fucking like that, but like more so. And he had like he came out as gay eventually, and everybody was like, "What?" And Big O was all like, "That's the most ridiculous shit ever." And he's like, "Look at this dude." Like he put on videos of his music, and he's like, "People had to figure out or find out that that guy was gay." Like that
It was
type
so
of thing.
taboo back then. Like
Yeah, but it was still that
it
sort of
wasn't
like
just as obvious.
it was just
Yeah.
like no fucking shit. You know what I mean?
They loved his music. They didn't want him to be.
But in the movie, the dude dressed as Boy George, he starts like flirting with the other gay dude. And then he's kind of drunk and shit, right? And then he starts like talking to himself and he's like, "No, we need to slow down. They're going to find out our secret." Which I think is just a general reference to Boy George,
So,
like not having come
no
out.
shit.
Yeah, but also Boy George at some point hadn't come out and it was like a big deal when he did. And then I was like, and then I realized that he was Boy George, and I was like, oh my God, that's so
This
funny.
is even funnier.
And I'm like, there's no way I understood that when I was 11 years old when it came out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that. And then I'm trying to think of like, I'm trying to think of what else.
There's Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill I haven't seen in a while, but I've seen clips of, and it's pretty funny.
The movie.
No, I know which one it is.
Where he's the football player in the fucking.
Oh, The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard is a great movie.
That one's a good movie. Yeah.
Bedtime Stories.
Bedtime Stories.
Bedtime Stories is dope. Have you seen like Happy Gilmore?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the second one?
Mm-mm.
The second one, the first one's better, but the second one's pretty good. Have you seen Billy Madison?
Describe it.
Where he has to go back. Basically, he has to go back and redo all of his school work, like K through 12, so that he can like get his GED or some shit. So he's like a grown ass man, and he's doing each grade in 2 weeks. But he's in like in a classroom with a bunch of first graders as a grown ass man, and he's like arguing with them. And like at one point they're at recess and they play dodgeball, and he fucking beats the shit out of all of them with the dodgeballs and shit. I think that one's Billy Madison.
I have not seen that one.
I'm trying to. Oh no,
I've
the other
seen
one's
the one
Mr.
with
Deeds.
him and Jennifer Aniston. Aniston. What's her last name? Jennifer
Aniston.
Aniston.
I'm trying to remember which one that one is.
In that one.
Just Go With It, I think it's called. No, but I don't think you've seen like.
I remember the premise.
I don't think you've seen like the really stupid ones, like Lil Nicky.
I've seen The Wedding Singer.
The Wedding Singer's fucking hilarious. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. I don't think these movies are unfunny. I just think there's a lot of the same like the way it's done.
It's like the way The Rock is the same character in all of his movies.
Yes, and it doesn't mean that I don't like his movies. It doesn't mean I don't enjoy his movies.
Doesn't mean you don't need that sometimes.
It doesn't mean I don't need that sometimes.
Oh, well, you should see Lil Nicky. That movie's fucking ridiculous.
It sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure I have.
It's the one where he's the son of the devil, but he gets like sent up into Earth.
Yeah.
He's in hell, and then he gets sent up into Earth, and then he's all fucking
I've seen that one.
And shit.
Mm-hmm.
That one's ridiculous. I'm trying to think of what other ones. Anywho, at Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Generally speaking, I think a little overrated. Not that it's bad, but a little overrated. In my personal opinion. I'm sorry.
If you don't like Adam Sandler movies, like across the board, I don't trust you.
And that's not what I'm saying. I do like them.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. My next topic, or my next movie is Captain Marvel. What do you think, Oscar?
Overhated.
Yeah. I think it's so overhated. I don't think it's the best Marvel movie to ever have come out. Ever.
I don't think it's bad.
I don't think it's the worst, and I don't think it's bad. Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it bad. Definitely not the worst. I wouldn't call it bad.
A lot of people hated it though, and I'm like, I think it was just way too overhated.
People just hate Brie Larson. I don't know if you've seen any of her interviews, but she comes off like real snooty, bitchy, like full of herself. Like there was one point where she was doing an interview with Thor, Chris Hemsworth. I don't know if you know his name, but with Thor, with him and I think someone else.
Because of mom.
And then they showed like a clip of her doing like the stunts behind the scenes and whatever. And then she was like, yeah, like I do my own stunts, whatever. And Chris Hemsworth was like, oh, we got the fucking next Tom Cruise over here. Because Tom Cruise has been famous for 30 fucking years for doing his own stunts. And she like got all offended. She was like, no, I'm not going to be next Tom Cruise. I'm going to be the first me. Thank you very much. With that very typical, like, I don't want to say feminist, but like just womanly sort of like, ugh, you're comparing me to a man because only a man can do these things. Fuck you, sort of thing.
Yeah, fuck you.
And it's just like, bitch, Tom Cruise is literally famous among famous people for doing his own fucking stunts. And yes, he's been doing it for much longer than you have. That's not like a you versus him, man versus woman thing. Like that's like anyone that does their own stunts. He's like the pinnacle of doing your own stunts. The motherfucker
oh my God.
was strapped to the side of a fucking plane that was in the air.
You know who you sound like right now?
No.
Yeah. You sound like oh my God. I don't know. I for sure haven't told this story on the podcast. I don't know if I've told you this story. I can't imagine that I didn't. So
do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Though?
I get what you're saying. But hold on.
Well, so that's why people don't like her. That's why people don't like her, because she's like real bitchy apparently.
Wait, we're going back to Tom Cruise. Who cares about her?
Okay.
Anyways. No. Okay. When I was a student in clinicals, so that's when I wasn't in the classroom learning. I was in the hospitals, like doing a one-on-one still as a student though. It was my very, very first day as
Oh my
a
god.
student, right? And clinical rotations is what they're called. And the person I was with was like the director of the ultrasound department at that particular hospital, right? And I remember going, and they like tell you, they're like, be prepared to scan, just like be prepared to do as you're told, like just have a very positive energy, like just like go with the flow type of thing, but like be prepared type. So like in my head, I'm like,
Be
okay, okay,
prepared.
I'm gonna see, sick people, and I'm gonna scan them, and I'm gonna be respectful, and I'm gonna listen to my like clinical director, or not my clinical director, but my preceptor. Like we'll do all these things, right? He spent an hour. I kid you not. I wish I was kidding. I am not. He spent one whole hour talking about Tom Cruise and how awesome he
You
is.
told me about this actually.
Yes. Literally, like, cause
Fuck you. I was on like 10 seconds, maybe. Like,
it gave me flashbacks. I got war flashbacks or something. I don't know.
anyways.
No, let me tell you. Like, or you already know, but like let me tell you, like, he was like going on. He was like, yeah, like, cause he said he was like, oh, I don't like, this is how he opened it. He was like, I don't like Tom Cruise. But honestly, I don't like Tom Cruise because I'm jealous of him. Like, look how cool he is. And then apparently Tom Cruise has a plane. You know how I know he has a
He
plane?
has his
Because he
pilot
knows he has a
license
plane.
and shit.
And he told me, he's like, yeah, look. And then he showed me, he Googled pictures on the work freaking computer, Tom Cruise plane. And then it showed me the plane that he has. And he's like, and look, he's been on the top of the tallest
Building and whatever.
building in America or whatever. And then he like Googled pictures. He's like, look how cool he is. And he's like, so and so. And I can't even remember who else, but he said someone else had done it. And he's like, but he doesn't look all cool because look, he's like in a vest and like he's all strapped in there so he doesn't fall. Like it just doesn't look as cool.
Little bitch.
Yeah, basically. And he's like going on and on and on. And keep in mind, he says he doesn't like Tom Cruise. I'm like, I think you love Tom Cruise. Like, I agree. I don't think you like Tom Cruise. I think you love Tom Cruise. He spent so much time talking about it. And for those of you who don't know, in the ultrasound world, it was like this thing where Tom Cruise kind of changed medical laws just a little bit, just because he bought an ultrasound machine to like scan his like baby or his baby mama's baby, right? And it was like a thing where it's like, but that shouldn't, like, because he had the money to do it, but like he doesn't have the medical knowledge to know if something is wrong with the baby. And also there's this thing, especially with like pregnant women, you don't want them to be under like any imaging modality for any longer than necessary periods of time.
Long. Yeah.
Yes. And ultrasound is known to be the most safest like imaging thing rather than CT, X-ray, stuff like that. But they're like, but for whatever reason,
We can't have people just bullshitting, looking at this just for fun, like constantly.
Yeah, constantly, especially because like we don't know. We think that it is risk free now, but who knows if like as technology advances, as like our medical knowledge advances, is like, oh, actually, yeah, it was causing this. We just didn't know it yet. You know what I mean? So they're like, but still try not to do that.
Also, right now, you guys do it as little as possible. That's not the same thing as someone doing it every day because they feel like looking at the baby. Like,
yeah, and so like he changed that, right? And so like that was something we learned about in school, and I was like just trying to steer the conversation back to like ultrasound because I was trying to learn where the cafeteria was. I was trying to learn what their protocol was. I was trying to learn these
big
things.
Back.
I was trying to learn things that I needed to know
to work.
Tom Cruise. It was my first day. I was supposed to have orientation. I literally on my second day there, like I was with someone else, and they had to show me. I didn't know shit, and like they knew how he was, so I was just like, yeah, I was.
They were like, he talked to you about Tom Cruise.
Like it was like they didn't know Tom Cruise specifically, but when I told them, yeah, like we talked about Tom Cruise for like an hour, they were not surprised. Like.
They were way too like whatever about it.
Yeah, but point is, I tried to steer it off that way. I was like, oh yeah, didn't he like change? And like, I had said, and he's like, huh? Oh yeah. But then look at this, and then he started talking about some other stunt that he did, and I was like, oh my god. So when you were going on about Tom Cruise, it just like I was just like, no,
you were like,
I don't want to know anything else about this man against my will, please.
The point is, Tom Cruise.
Captain Marvel is overrated.
Tom Cruise is
Or
the pinnacle.
No, not overrated. Overhated.
Tom Cruise is the pinnacle of doing your own stunts. No one has ever done their own stunts to the extent that
Quite
he
like
has,
him.
except for maybe Jackie Chan. But even then, I think Tom Cruise's stunts have been crazier than Jackie Chan's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this whole thing of like doing your own stunts and people call you Tom Cruise in a playful way, and then you get offended, you're dumb or you're bitchy, or both, right? There's not really very many reasonable answers or responses to that. Not very many reasonable reasons to respond in that way. So people hate Brie Larson. She's just like one of those celebrities where like some people are like, oh my God, she's so hot. And some people are like, oh, she's such a bitch though. Like, look at this and look at that. And like, look how she talks to this person. And so I think it was just like, it was that sort of thing where like
more
everybody,
so on her rather than the
yeah,
actual movie.
people are just like nitpicking the performance and
By
complaining
default.
about like everything that she did and how she did that and how she did this. You know what I mean? I actually think the movie was enjoyable. I thought it was fine.
I liked the movie. I was really surprised when people were like saying that it was horrible. I was like, oh. Anyways,
I have one. When you're done, I
think it is overhated,
overrated.
in my opinion. What's your singular one, Oscar?
The Winter. New one? Well, no, I thought of several. The Winter Soldier.
Oh. Overrated. You were supposed to let me guess what you thought, you jackhole.
Oh, no, I was just asking you what you thought, but I just felt like expressing my distaste. So overrated. You know, there are people that think that's the best MCU movie out of all of them.
I don't think it's the best. I think
there are people that swear by that.
I think Civil War is better than Winter Soldier.
First of all. Second, there are people that say the elevator scene where Cap is in the elevator and he's surrounded by all these dudes. That's the best fight scene in all of the MCU.
I don't think it's the best fight scene. That one's fun.
It's good. They're good. Badass. They're not the best. They're not the best, bro. I think anybody that thinks that's the best movie ever, they're just like Captain America lovers. And they're just fucking enamored with the end scene where Bucky's beating the shit out of him. And he's like, just kill me because I can't kill you because you're my friend. You know what I mean?
You're wrong. People who, it's not about being enamored by Captain America. It's the people who are enamored by Bucky. Come on now. That's why
I'm sure they like that motherfucker too. Nah, hold on. The shit on the roof where like he jumps out on the roof and he throws the fucking shield at him and he just fucking turns around and grabs it. Oh, that shit's so fucking cool. That's the coolest shit. Like one of the coolest for sure. Or like one of the biggest like aura farming moments ever.
Yeah.
Like
because they're like, he did Cap like that. Oh my god.
Nah, because he did it so easily.
He did it so smooth. Yeah.
Because it's like, it's the type of thing where like that whole scene, there's a certain suspicion that maybe he's scared or maybe he can't keep up or maybe he, you know what I mean? Like he's running for a reason.
You don't know.
And for that fucking moment, it's like, no, motherfucker, I just don't want to do this right now. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not running
don't
away
make no fucking mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
It's not that I can't handle you. I just don't feel like handling you right now.
Shit. So that movie's cool. It has its moments. It's good. Civil War, way better.
I think Civil War is so cool.
Civil War is I think Civil War is way more, especially I'm convinced.
Civil War is the best Captain America movie.
Oh yeah. Duh. I think again, I'm willing to bet, like if we really got into this with some people, the people that think Winter Soldier is the best MCU film, I'm positive a very large majority of that is the whole end where he can't beat him, but he refuses to kill him because it's his buddy, and fucking for some reason Bucky doesn't kill him because somewhere in his mind he feels wrong. Like that, the emotional complexity of that's what really seals the deal or really drives it home for people. I'm positive. The emotional aspect of Civil War is way fucking like more fucking gut wrenching and like than that shit.
The only thing I will say is Civil War does feel a little bit more like an Avengers movie
Oh yeah,
rather than a
absolutely.
Captain America movie. So it does kind of feel like a
Actually,
cop out to say that
no.
Civil
Watch it
War is my
again.
favorite Captain America movie.
No, watch
You
it
know what I
again.
mean? Have I just
I'm
not seen
telling
it
you, yeah,
recently enough?
you haven't seen it recently enough because I saw it recently and it felt more Cap focused than I had remembered. And then I was like, well, yeah,
Okay,
it is a Captain America movie. Like,
that makes sense.
because there's scenes where there's everybody, and when on all the scenes where it's not everybody, it's just him, or primarily mostly just him.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. It's not following multiple
Yeah,
POVs.
it's following
It's following
him.
his
Yeah,
POV. And everyone's there, but it's following his POV.
it's following him, and when everybody is there, they're there, and 90% of it, you know what I mean? Not 90% of it, but like it does
I
feel like
get
his movie.
I get what you're saying. Okay. I'll have to rewatch it. I
Oh no, that
I
shit,
want to rewatch it all just again.
that shit is way more fucking.
Okay. Are you ready for my next one? Inception.
That's the only one I had. And I knew it. I knew it. I was like, let's see if she brings it up.
You're funny.
Overrated. Overrated. In it's
underrated.
like, I think Sophia, that movie was very widely regarded as like, a lot of people are like, oh, this is the best movie ever when it came out.
Is it? I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people that I've talked, okay, at least a lot.
I'm saying, here's the thing. Hold on. Well, let me finish.
I feel like a lot of people our age haven't seen it.
Well, a lot of people our age when it came out were too young to really like follow it, I think.
Okay, I think underrated in our generation.
And boo. Yeah, because like in Rick and Morty, they even make fun of it in the first season when they do the scary Terry thing, where they put the thing in the ear and they go into each other into the dreams and shit.
Yeah.
When they're done with it at the end of the episode, Rick is explaining like whatever, and then Morty was like, that kind of doesn't make sense. And then he's like, if it's dumb and confusing, Morty, then so is everybody's favorite movie, or something along those lines of like,
yeah,
if it's dumb, if it doesn't make any sense,
stab at it.
yeah, it's like if it doesn't make any sense and it was boring, then so is everybody's favorite movie, which is Inception. Which at the time when that episode came out, it was a little more in its like heyday. I think it's overrated in its confusingness of like, ooh, is it not? Is it? Well, because at the
confusing.
See, I don't know when the last time. You have to have seen these movies. Yeah, exactly. At the end, he spins the little thing. He spins the little thing. And everybody's like, oh, it wobbled, but it didn't fall. But this, but that, but blah 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 blah.
No, but like see, that could also just be a me thing too. I like kind of more open ending.
Nah, I hate that. Up for interpretation.
I love that. I love the debate that comes along with it. I love it.
I hate it because the conversation never ends.
That's what I like about it.
No, why are we going to talk about this forever? That's stupid. We need to have an answer at some point, right? Like, imagine doing a math problem that never ends. Like,
it's called pi. Anyways, see, I know some math.
It's not a problem, you asshole. Anyways,
it feels like a problem. Anyways,
hold on. I actually just saw a video recently that kind of, if you ask me, it shuts down the whole debate of like, is it still a dream? Is it not a dream? Is it this? Is it that? I think as much as you can, like, it's as much as you're gonna get out of the movie, unless the director himself comes out and says this is what it is. You know what I mean? It was some shit where like, you know, the little top thing, the little spinner. You know how he claims that is the way that he tells whether he's in a dream or not? The video was saying that's bullshit. That's not the way that he really knows if he's in a dream. That was like his ex-wife's or some shit. His real, I don't remember, they have a name for the item itself, like your token or your whatever the fuck that you use. His topple, real one,
even if it's not a topple.
Yeah. His real one is his wedding ring. And they point out like every time they know, like, because the movie lets it be known when they are and when they're not in a dream, right? Except for the end. Every time the movie says he's in a dream, he's wearing the ring. And every time the movie says he's not, he's not wearing the ring.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yeah, of
I don't
course
think
you've
I've
never.
ever
I don't think
realized.
anybody ever notices that unless you really
That's like
watch the
one of
movie
the
like frame by frame and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Was he wearing the wedding ring at the end?
No. Well, I don't remember which one it is, whether he's wearing it during or not. No.
Why bring this up if you
Because
don't remember?
shut the fuck up.
Ah!
I don't
Ah!
remember if he's wearing it in the dreams or in real life, but the argument that they make is in the ending scene, he's consistent with real life, whether that's wearing it or not wearing it.
Or not wearing it.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I think my thing was that my argument, or not argument, but like I think it was real because it topples, like it doesn't, or because it wobbles. Yeah.
The other thing that they pointed out, they're like, first of all, his ring, he's always wearing it in the dreams, and he's not wearing it in the last scene. Second, the kids are clearly older than they are in the dreams.
Mm-hmm.
In the dreams, when you see the kids, they never show the kids' faces, which makes sense for a dream where it's like it's almost there, but it's not.
Yeah.
And they run
away.
they're
your kids, but like.
But it's just almost. And at the end of the movie, they show the kids' faces, and the kids look a little larger and a little older.
It's so funny. Real quick, put a pin in that.
There's one more thing.
I don't remember what the dream was, but I remember I had a dream one time, and like the family was in it, and Big Oscar was The Rock. Like The Rock was the person's face that I was seeing, but it was Big Oscar.
But it was your dad?
Like, I'm like, that's my dad. Yeah, but he was The Rock.
That's so funny.
And like, yeah, so you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, it happens.
It's so close.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then also, one of the characters in the movie, he only ever comes out in real life. He never comes out in any of the dreams. And then he comes out in the ending scene.
Yeah.
And so there's a couple things like that where I'm like, where it's like, yeah, like, how is that not enough to end this conversation?
Yeah. See? No, but I do like the open ending.
But I just saw that recently, like within the last 2 weeks, like since I've been back.
Okay. Okay.
But I think overrated in its like, oh my God, it's so genius and it's so confusing and how would you ever know and this and them and the whole conversation of like, it's like, relax.
No, I think it's just something that hadn't been done before, so it has that kind of creative like ness to it, you know, keeps you intrigued with the mystery, and then the open like I think it's just in our generation apparently it's just an underrated movie to me. Overrated to Oscar. Okay, are you ready for the rest of mine then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hacksaw Ridge.
I don't know what the general consensus of that movie is, but that's a great fucking movie and it should be very highly regarded. So I'm just gonna say underrated in general.
I think it's so underrated. I think the movie is so good, and not enough people have seen it.
Or it's not as popular as it should be, or what?
Yeah.
Were you there when we watched it?
I don't think so.
I watched that movie. I watched it for the first time when I was still living in El Paso, I think, because I had seen a clip of a scene, and then I read the description of like what the movie was about, and I was like, oh, that's a good movie. And then like
it's based off of true events.
Yeah, I had gone back to El Paso, and then we had thought of like, oh, let's watch a movie, like let's have a movie night, whatever. And then we were trying to figure out what to watch. And then I had recommended Hacksaw Ridge, and I was like, oh, Big O, like, you would love that movie. And he was like, nah, like, what? You know how Big O likes to think that nobody knows what he likes?
Yeah.
I was like, you would love that movie. Like, we should watch that one. And he was like, yeah, you're full of shit, whatever. And then I don't remember if we watched it then or if we watched it like a few weeks later, but we watched it soon thereafter.
And he loved it.
And he was all fucking emotional and fucking getting into it. And that's an American hero if there's ever been one. And all this shit. And I'm like, I fucking told you would like this movie. Yeah. No, because I remember because we watched it. And then I was like, I told you like this movie. And he's like, the fuck are you talking about? I was like, I told you weeks ago that we should watch this, that you would like it. Anyways.
Yeah. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
It is a great movie. It is a great movie.
Based off of true events.
This is the story of my life, though. Anytime.
You're a war hero?
No.
Based off true events?
Not the movie.
The big Oscar part of it.
the big O not believing me when I tell him shit is good,
Yeah.
and then it takes him a
Yeah.
while to come around, and then he's like, "Oh my god, it's so good," and then I'm like,
It's so
"Who
funny
could have
that you're
told you
saying
that?" Like,
It's so funny that
no,
you're
I
saying
don't do that
because
to
we
you,
do
you
the
lying
same
ass
thing to
motherfucker. No, we
you.
don't. No, we don't.
Anyways, so yes, that's that one.
Underrated.
Ooh, underrated. We are agreed. Underrated. The Wild Robot.
I don't know what the general consensus of that movie is, but it's good. It's good. It's really
I think
good.
it's underrated. I think, yeah.
It
I
should
don't think
be
it like blew.
more
I
popular.
think it should be more popular. Yeah.
I
don't
think
think enough.
actually I'll say underrated because like Encanto, overrated. That movie was way bigger than it should have been, and The Wild Robot is a better movie.
I think the funny thing about that one is the main character wasn't even the most popular. Like
I hate that movie.
That...
I hate the message. The fucking
the
being normal is cool too. Fuck you. Being normal's overrated.
No,
Get the fuck out of here.
The thing is, like, that was the message of the movie, but then like the cells, like, you know,
Yeah.
like it wasn't even like I was just like, anyways.
Well, did you hear about like, you know how one of the sisters or one of the family members is like super, like she's the shit and she's super pretty and like
Yeah.
They had made a bunch of merch with that little bitch because they were like girls like being pretty and like stuff. And apparently the family member, the girl that was super buff and super strong, she was more popular of a character and girls wanted more shit with her, more merchandise with her and shit.
Yeah. What's it called? But yeah, I don't think it's a bad movie. Don't get me wrong, that one. But I don't think it's the bad. Wild Robot is better.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I'm not a huge fan of all of the songs in that movie. Like the "We Don't Talk About Bruno" song. That song took over the fucking world for a minute. I don't understand why. I only saw that movie once though, so maybe I should see it again. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not one of these adults that is too fucking adult to watch Disney movies. I watch Disney movies and Pixar movies all the time. So the fact that I haven't seen that movie again, that shows how much like I didn't care for it. Where I was like,
yeah. No, I think, yeah. Anyways, Wild Robot. Back to that. Underrated. It's a good movie. Real good. Anyways, okay. I have 3 more. Oscar, pick 1, 2, or 3.
The Wild Robot is really good.
It's really good.
1.
Okay. Top Gun Maverick.
I don't know. To my understanding, like I know it did well in the movies. I don't think it was like a cultural phenomenon. So I wouldn't go as far as to say, I mean, maybe it was pretty big. I don't know. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I think it's fine. I think it's appropriately rated. I don't think people hype it up more than they should.
I think it's overrated. I think it was hyped up a little bit. I think especially going into it, maybe not after, but like going into it, it was like it was a big thing. No,
it was a big thing because like it was part of when movie theaters started showing movies again because of COVID and all that.
Yeah, still overrated.
You're like, yeah, I get it. I'm gonna fuck.
I get it. I still. I think it could have been not overrated. You know, I think it was going good. But then that thing in the end where like they both still make it out alive. I'm like, bro, you should have died. Like that would have made such a better ending. Which I might sound like a dick for saying it, but like I'm like that is so unrealistic. And I think that's like another thing, especially like I don't know. I'm like, meh.
I don't even remember the end.
You know, because they're both him and his past partner's son. Right?
Yeah.
They're both like they're stuck. But he like originally
they're like stranded, right?
Himself. He originally sacrificed himself so that the son can like not
get
his
away.
son, but like
get
away, right? But then that dude was like, I'm a hero, and then he goes back to like save him, and then Maverick's like, you dumb fuck, the fuck. Now I gotta get us both out of here, and then he magically gets them both out of there, and I'm like that, like,
and then they just live happily ever after, and you're like, boo.
I'm like, bro, like all very like, like.
So who should have died, Rooster or Maverick?
Maverick.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Rooster.
No, Maverick should have sacrificed himself because then that brings his character thing to a close, especially because of what happened. Like,
with the dad and everything.
yeah. And then he could have been there, and he would have been like, and then like
He's like, I forgive him.
like I think that would have been a better ending.
Anyways,
And people probably don't agree. But
nah, I get what you're
just
saying. I
don't
get what you're
like,
saying. Cause
it's like
I get what you're saying. Cause we were talking about, we mentioned I Am Legend recently. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
the alternative ending of I Am Legend?
No.
The alternative ending.
No.
Okay, I Am Legend. Great movie. Love that movie. Always love that movie. Will always love that movie. The alternative ending. Overrated. Stupid. Don't like it. This is what happens in the alternative ending.
Okay.
You know how he's in the lab, and
Yeah.
they're sealed behind the glass doors, and the fucking zombies are all trying to get him, right?
Yeah.
In the alternative ending, the zombie hits the fucking glass, hits the glass, and you know how it breaks into a butterfly?
Yeah.
At that point, wait, listen. So you know the original ending. At that point, he breaks into the butterfly. He's like, "Hey, hide in here." He gets the grenade, pulls it, fucking runs into the glass. They all blow up. Later, the girl and the son get out and they make it to the colony. Right? That's the original ending, and they have the cure in the blood. Right?
Oh, the alternative ending, they give them the girl, right? And then they leave them alone, and then they're all happy ever after.
Yeah.
So I do remember that.
The alternative ending, he sees the butterfly.
Like,
he remembers the chick's tattoo, and what the thing is, this is how people explain it. He realizes that they're not there for him; they're there for her.
Mm-hmm.
They're not there to hurt him. They're not there to eat him. They're not there because they hate him. They're not there to kill him. They're just there for her. And then he like looks at all the pictures of all the other motherfuckers, all the other zombies that he's taken and experimented on and killed. And he kind of realizes that according to them, he's the boogeyman who snatches them up during the daytime. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
According to them, he's the monster that comes out at night because he snatches them up and he tortures them and he experiments on them and he kills them and they can never find him and they fucking, you know what I mean? And it's this elusive sort of like when they come out at night to eat or live or look for him, they can never find his ass. You know what I mean? So then when they finally like when she didn't cover him up or she didn't stay out till dawn, they were like, "Ooh, we got him now." And it's this whole thing, it's this whole fucking thing of perspective of like, they are the world, right? Everybody is like them. And he's now just the monster that comes out at night and is kind of fucking everything up for them. And he kind of realizes that and he gives her back and then they just fuck off and they just leave him alone.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Fuck all that bullshit.
Shit ending. Yeah.
They're monsters. They're zombies. I don't give a fuck about their feelings.
About their feelings.
They ruined the world. And he paid the price by dying. But he finally, but the other thing is like, with that fucking story.
Cure with the blood and like.
Exactly. Right? I don't remember if in the alternative ending, if he still takes the vial of blood and like, okay, we still have a cure, but I get it now. Right? Or if he just gives them the body. The thing that I don't like about it is a big part of the movie or a big part of the story is that he's the motherfucker that's alive. And he's the motherfucker that caused it. Because remember, he was the one that like spearheaded the antiviral, the fucking program that was the I don't remember what it is, if it's a fucking medicine or this or that or whatever the fuck. It was like the cure for cancer or some shit. He spearheaded that shit. And he was the leader of the program that created the cure for cancer, which later turned into turning the entire world into fucking zombies and destroying everything and killing his family. So a big part of the story is the fact that he's not only saving humanity, but he's avenging himself.
Yeah.
And you lose that when the motherfucker is just... You lose that when he doesn't die.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the way I always think about it. And I don't mean to be dramatic, but you know how in...
Be dramatic.
You know how in Kung Fu Panda? How in the first one, Tai Lung escapes from prison. And then Shifu, the little red panda, he's all like, you guys need to get the fuck out of here. You need to get all the villagers out of here. Like, you need to get everyone to safety. Because Tai Lung is coming and he's going to fuck shit up. And then they're like, all right, Shifu, let's go. And he's like, nah, I'm staying here.
I gotta stay.
And then he says, and then Poe says to him, he's all like, Shifu, he'll kill you. And Shifu says, then I will finally have paid for my mistake. And it's like, if I gotta die so that this motherfucker stops being a problem, then that's okay because I'm the one that created the fucking problem in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happens when fucking Robert Neville
When he dies.
fucking dies.
Yeah.
It's like his mistake cost him everything, and the solution cost him everything too.
Yeah.
And he fucking did it for the greater good of humanity and for the cure and for the this and for the that. And there's this like sense of hope of like, they're gonna make it, right? When you throw in all that other bullshit, man, fuck you. Because like, if he understands that he's the monster that comes out at daytime, but then they still go to the colony and they still have the cure and they still cure all this shit, then like,
what the fuck? Yeah.
who fucking cares if they're the monsters? They're still gonna snatch everybody up and cure them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Who fucking cares? Like, what is it? What are they gonna do? They're gonna only snatch up some of them, and then they're gonna, live peacefully, and they just fight every night. Like, stupid.
Yeah.
Fuck the zombies.
Anyway.
They don't have feelings.
Yeah. Anyways.
It is kind of interesting. The idea of like,
the idea of it is interesting for his storyline, which he is the main character, so I think his storyline should be
no, just the simple idea of like, he's the monster that comes out during the day. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right? But fuck you.
Yeah.
No. They
But
don't
still,
they
no.
they're not I refuse to treat them as equals and give them their place in the world. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Anyways,
why did we start talking about I Am Legend? What were we talking about before that?
It's because I said that Maverick should have died. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
like,
So it's that type of shit
and
where
then,
it's like, sometimes the dude's supposed to die. Fuck that.
Sometimes the dude's supposed to die, and I think that was one of the times where the dude's supposed to die. Would have made it a better movie. I'm sorry. No, yeah. Another. Okay, this one isn't a single movie. This one is a series.
Ah, fuck. I have a feeling like you're gonna say when I wrote down a couple other things while we were talking, and if you say them, I'm gonna be pissed. Go ahead.
Well, too bad. I thought of these first because I wrote them
them
down like we were supposed to.
Yeah.
The Fast and Furious.
Oh,
series.
okay. I didn't think of that. Honestly, the first
Overrated,
5 movies.
Overhated, underrated,
No.
appropriately rated.
I think appropriately rated. The first 3 movies, goated. I want to go as far as to say the first 5. I don't remember exactly what happens in the 4th and the 5th. I think the 4th one is where they go to Brazil and they like rob the bank and shit. That shit was pretty cool. That's where it started to get a little like, right? The 5th movie, I think, is where it really starts to get like, I think that's the one where like he drives the car out of the building and into another building. That one's like ridiculous. 6 through 12 or whatever the fuck they're on, fucking the epitome of a cash grab if there ever was one, because that's the only reason they keep making those movies is because they keep making money, not because they keep having something to say, not because they're fucking interesting, right? Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm not even sure I've seen like the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. We went to see one in Phoenix with Amber and Diego. You remember that one? Mm-hmm. Where they went to space and shit? I don't remember which one that one is.
Space?
That one, here's the thing. I don't think I've seen like the 2 or 3 that came out before that one. But they had already developed this reputation of like, man, this is stupid. Like they're doing all sorts of ridiculous shit. And I was like, yeah, but it's like an action movie. Like, of course they're going to do ridiculous shit. Then we saw that one and I was like, oh my God, this is insanely ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
So I think appropriately rated. I think people are tired of them making movies and I think they should be. I think people think that the movies are ridiculous and stupid, and I think they are. I think people think that the first 3 or 4 movies were really good and really cool for like car culture and this and that, and I think they are. So like, I don't know. I think yeah.
I think my take is that they're overrated.
Okay? They have to be overrated because they keep making more.
Yes,
which means people keep watching them,
keep going,
and like, why are you watching them?
If they're exactly. You know it's gonna be trash. but you still keep going. Like, why do you keep going? Like, I remember we saw it, and like you said, like there's a certain thing with like action movies, like where it's like, yeah, of course, like you can't really do that, but like it's cool to watch and it's cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just so like it was so stupid. Like
Yeah.
it was like I don't have any other words other than stupid. Like I was just like the whole time we were there, and I was like, the fuck is this? Like I
Yeah.
was like, this is awful. And yeah, I do like the first three, like you said, but then after that, it's just over
The one where
fucking
they're in Brazil.
overrated.
Well, because here's the thing.
Like why are they still making more of these?
It was
Like
like a fucking Point Break type thing at first, right? Because he's a cop and he's undercover and he's trying to catch these criminals. But
yeah,
instead of surfing, it was cars, right?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Second movie, similar thing. Third movie, different story entirely. Way more about cars than like criminal, and way more about
That one
cars
was
than like,
Tokyo Drift, right?
yeah, way more about cars than it is about like being undercover, like the cop or this or that whole sort
Which
of
is
thing.
still cool. It's a
But it
car
was still cool because they
car
were
movie.
drifting
Cool.
everywhere,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it was cool.
Speeding, and the police didn't even try because they were too fast for them.
And
It's cool.
Han dies, and then they bring him back later. But anyways,
and then they bring him back later, and like it's just like meh.
and then there's another one where they're in Brazil and Han comes out, but it's supposed to take place before the events of Tokyo Drift. So then it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
The one in Brazil is cool too, because like they robbed the bank, and at that point, the one in Brazil is more of like a heist movie than it is like a Point Break movie, and more than it is like a car movie. But it's like, I think as far as heist movies go, it's still like pretty well done. Like the action wasn't that crazy. The switcheroo of like, oh, there's these cameras, so we need to fucking practice driving through this so that the cameras don't see us, and then they're doing the thing. Like it's just very heist movie-ish, but like car focused, and like it's enjoyable. After that, I don't really remember like where it starts going, but like
no, it's just I think there's way too many movies out there and way too much of a budget for them to keep making the movies for it to not have done well enough in theaters. So
yeah.
that's why I'm saying overrated. Please stop making them. Maybe they already have, but I don't know. If they haven't, please stop. If they have, you should have stopped sooner.
I saw freaking hold on. I saw I saw some shit where it was like a timeline, and it was like, this is where we are right now, right? And it was like World War, World War II, World War III, right? And it was like we were like right here, like right before World War III, like the political state of the world, everybody's gonna kill each other, right? But but the names of it was like World War, World War II, World War III, Tokyo Drift, World II War, World 5. And it was like World 5, War 6, World War Hobbs and Shaw, World War, like it was so funny. It was so funny.
Just like silly gooses. Okay, I have one more.
Okay, go.
Okay, this is my last one. Don't worry, darling.
I haven't seen it.
Do you remember?
That's the one with Harry Styles and
Harry
Oh no,
Styles
is it Harry
and
Styles
Florence Pugh.
and Florence
Yes.
Pugh? I thought it was Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh.
No,
That's another one that came out recently.
that's another one.
Where's the one where she's like a mom but she's dying? I think that's the one with Andrew Garfield. I think that's the one that came out recently with Andrew Garfield. No, I haven't seen it, so I don't. I haven't seen either of those, so I don't have an opinion.
Oh.
It's okay. I have
think
one.
it's overhated.
Oh.
Because with that movie, that was also the thing. There was like, it was one of those movies where there's a lot of drama going on just behind the scenes, and so a lot of talk of the movie was
about.
Also,
it was about like Harry Styles and the director or some shit, right?
And they were like together, but then it was actually supposed to be someone else, and then they recast it to this, but then like there was tension and no one likes the director, and like it was like a bunch of drama, right? Which is like neither here nor there. But when the movie came out, because of all the drama, because
they were like, fuck this movie.
They were like, it's not even that good, and it's just like this, and like and I think it was overhated. I think it was a good movie, and a lot of people also didn't like Harry Styles' acting in the movie, which I don't think it was terrible. Like, I don't think it's like the most amazing I don't think he's the most amazing actor in the world, but I think people were definitely blowing it way out of proportion and like, oh my god, like I can't even watch it. It's so bad. I'm like,
Relax.
relax. Like it's not that bad. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, so overhated, I think. I think it was a pretty good movie. So, what were the new things that you thought of
Anyways,
in
I
your
thought
head?
of a couple. I put The Lion King. Honestly, I think I need to watch it again because I haven't seen it like all the way through in a long time. But The Lion King is like fucking legendary. In like, it's literally
Yeah.
one of the highest grossing movies ever, if not the, to my understanding. And like the soundtrack itself is one of the highest like selling soundtracks
It's a
ever,
good
if not
movie.
the.
Are you about to say it's overrated?
I kind of feel like
Oh,
this is why I say I need to watch it again because I'm kind of like biggest movie ever, biggest soundtrack ever. Like, oh my god,
it's so
shut
good.
up.
What do you mean?
But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, because earlier you said, because Oscar doesn't know how to be prepared, and then I was like, be prepared, because that's when Scar's singing. And then I started thinking about the songs, and I'm like, just can't wait to be king. Fire. Be prepared.
Just can't wait to be king.
Be prepared.
It's fucking
Fire.
the storyline.
That's the
Fucking
part that I'm
better
like,
help me. Jump, 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 jump. Dad, run away. It's such a good movie. What do you mean?
long live the king. That's what I'm saying. I need to watch it again. I think I need to sit down and watch the whole thing and like really like focus and like take it all in. Hakuna Matata was a good song.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Yeah, no, because then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, because he runs away and then he's just like a fucking bummy ass, like, feel sorry for himself, like avoiding his responsibilities.
And then he stops avoiding.
Nah, but then the monkey like smacks him and shit, and he's like, "Fucker, you're the Lion King. You got to do this shit."
Doing? And then he's like, "I am the Lion King," and then he does the shit.
But I don't like. I don't know.
Movie.
I need to watch it. I don't know.
I think it's appropriately rated.
I need to watch it. Because here's the thing.
I think
it's literally like at the top of the pyramid of Disney movies as far as like success, and I think as like how highly regarded it is. You know what I mean?
Even more than Toy Story?
Toy Story's also up there. Toy Story 1 and 2 at least. They're making a fifth one?
I think Toy Story is another one that they need to stop making.
It's getting diluted. Like Toy Story 1, amazing. Toy Story 2, amazing. Toy Story 3, I don't like that he gave her the toys. Fuck that little girl. Toy Story 4, it's not horrible, but like Toy Story 4, they're just doing so much. Like Forky, I fucking hate that character. That is a cash grab if I've ever fucking seen one. You know what I mean? Some little fucking retarded spoon just so they can sell little retarded spoons at the store to kids. Like, it's such a useless character. It does nothing. It does nothing for the story. It's a fucking spork, so fuck you. All right? And then Woody abandons all his friends for his hoe. Can't blame him. But anyways, and now they're making a fifth one, and it's like, what the fuck do they want? Like, even the third one, thinking about the third one when they're stuck in the daycare and they're trying to get out, and Lotso and the twist and that, like, it's good. It's good, right? But like, it's just like, what are we doing? You guys are gonna turn this into Fast and the Furious, like, just never gonna give it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, they made Lightyear. And Lightyear, oh my god, Lightyear is a great movie. That shit fucks me up. I watched it not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
The whole fucking thing where he's like going into space and like his fucking friend gets all old and she dies and she leaves him the message and like everyone around him is gone. It's fucking great fucking movie, right? Mm-hmm. And just conceptually awesome, right? Mm-hmm. But like they need to stop. They have to stop.
Yeah.
Disney's whole thing with nostalgia of like refusing to do anything other than remakes and sequels, like
they need to make new ones.
You guys cashed in on the nostalgia. Incredibles 2 was good. Finding Dory was good. Like Monsters University. I love Monsters University. I love Monsters University. But like, okay, no. You know? But then people are complaining because some of the new movies that they've made have done really bad. Like Elio, I don't know if you know that one. I haven't even seen it.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it yet.
I've heard it's
But
done.
they have good ones. The one that you really like, the one
Elemental.
with Bruno. No, that is also a good
Oh,
one.
Luca. Great fucking movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
See?
Elemental's really
They can
good.
make new ones. The Wild Robot, isn't that a Disney movie?
I don't know. I think it might be. I don't know.
Oh.
I think it's DreamWorks.
If it is Disney movie,
I think it might be DreamWorks.
if it's
Is DreamWorks still a thing?
Of course.
I'm gonna look it up. Anyways,
point is they have the capability of making.
Yeah, they can make good movies. Like
so make good new movies.
Luca, awesome. Love Luca. I don't think the Wild Robots is Disney because it's on Netflix.
Nar. Just kidding. Then I'm a liar.
Hold on.
I'm a liar and a cheat.
God damn it! What company, you jackasses? I'm just gonna look up this. Yeah, it's DreamWorks.
Oh, it is DreamWorks. Okay, not surprised.
Either way,
DreamWorks always has bangers.
Elemental, Luca, Fire,
Luca.
both of them, great, awesome.
Sure good.
So good. Turning Red, pretty good.
That was a good one. I think you think it's pretty good because you're a man.
Exactly.
Woman,
I think you.
That's a really good.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I think that's definitely more of a movie for girls. Celeste thinks it's a movie for puberty. I'm like, no, that's a movie for girls.
I think it also is one for puberty. I think it's more tailored to women puberty, but I also do think it's one for puberty.
No.
Yes.
So then,
my opinion is so
like those movies are pretty good. But then another thing that people are complaining about, they're like, why do they keep doing this fucking animation style of like Turning Red? Where like before they used to kind of have not different takes, but like semi-unique spins for each movie. And ever since Turning Red, they're just doing that same shit over and over. Because like Elio is exactly the same with like the round teeth and the real round face and all this shit. I haven't seen Elio. Apparently it flopped terribly. I didn't see it because it looked dumb as fuck. I don't know what it's about, to be honest. I don't either. But it literally looked like
it just didn't catch your attention.
It looked like a very, very, very typical sort of like, this kid is gonna be weird for the sake of being weird. And for the sake of making weird kids feel like it's okay to be weird. Cause he literally like his hair is all fucked up and like messy. And he has like a fucking eye patch, like he's a fucking pirate or some shit. And then he's like riding on like a fucking star. Like, it's so fucking like goofy looking.
I really haven't seen anything about it because you're saying all this. I'm like, it's ringing no bells.
Like he has an eye patch. His hair is all fucking scraggly and shitty, right? He's wearing a fucking colander as like a hat, as like a helmet, and it has a bunch of like wires and shit sticking out of it. He has like an alien t-shirt on, and he's wearing like a weird like purple rainbow blanket as like a cape. Like, it looks very, very much like, I haven't even seen it, but just by looking at it and just seeing like the artwork and like the cover and the this and that, it looks so much like again, you're being weird for the sake of being weird. And just trying to like double down on that, like, we're all weirdos and, you know, it's okay. Everybody's unique. Damn it. And it's like, have an actual story. You know what I mean? Like, Luca is a fucking sea monster. But there's a story. You know what I mean?
Anyways, yeah. Point is, they have the capability to make good movies, but they just keep putting those good movie makers to make sequels instead of making new ones.
Yeah.
So they need to start making. Anyways, yeah. Do you have any other?
I have one.
Okay, one more.
I have one more set of movies, and then I just have a couple things I want to say.
No.
Why
just
not?
the one more.
No, this stuff's
we're
funny.
already on an hour, and
it's
no
okay.
one wants to hear your funny stories.
Our video with the most views is the longest one.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
kidding.
The original Star Wars movies.
Oh, as overrated, underrated?
The old ones.
I guess the old one. Okay. The OG ones. Fuck.
Overrated. They look so shitty.
Like, I was about to say, hold on. Fuck. You started talking too soon. I was going to say, is it the one with Anakin? Like, I know nothing about Star Wars. I know I generally have seen them, but I can't remember which ones like they made first.
So technically they made the sequels first. So they made 3
Okay,
movies.
and that's with Luke and Leia, right?
That's with Luke and Leia, but those movies take place in
Those,
the middle. And then
yeah,
way
yeah. But
later,
they
they
made
made 3
those
more movies that come out
that
that
took
happened
before.
before the original 3 movies.
And you're talking about not
these ones.
chronologically, the
The ones that
made.
came out first, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then way later in the 2010s, they made more, and
Yeah,
I
and then
haven't seen
yeah,
any
yeah,
of those, but
I
I've
haven't
heard
seen
they're dog
those.
shit. Anyways,
Oh.
the original ones.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I don't know because I just haven't seen them. I do remember. It's because here's the thing. I do remember, like I've seen like clips on it, you know, and I do think, like you said, like the production sucks, but also this was way back when. So I'm like the production just like so because it was way back in, but the storyline was interesting. But I don't remember seeing it enough to know if the storyline was engaging enough to make up for the shitty like
That's the thing.
production. You get me?
Yeah. I think it's the result of one of these things where like it's such a cultural phenomenon and it's so widespread and popular that like the popularity kind of takes on a life of its own, and people build up so much around it after the fact of the movie that when you go to the movie, it's like, how did this lead to that big of a fucking thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
To where like you go watch the movies and like the fight scenes aren't very good, and like the
No, yeah,
script,
because
you know what
that
I mean?
is
Like the
true.
fight
I
scenes aren't
feel
very
like
good, and then like
I feel like if like I get if there's a dragon in the movie, but like you don't really have like dragon budget, if it looks shitty, like I get that. But I feel
yeah,
like if one on one, if you're like fighting someone, I feel like there are some things that are just in your control, and you could have done that better.
yeah.
Yeah, is that
So
one of the things that you're saying?
it's
Like
kind of like that, but
it
it's
could have been.
also it's overrated in the sense of like you see where it is culturally and you see how big of a thing it was, and then you think of the fact that like I think the original movies came out in like the 70s, and the newer ones didn't come out until like the early 2000s. So it's like 20 years later, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
think about how popular the original movies had to be for there to be that big of a demand 20 fucking years later. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like
And then
that
you see that
big.
movie.
And then you see that movie and it's like those are the movies that created that big of a cultural phenomenon. Like those are the movies that had that big of a
Okay.
following, that big of a fucking,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And like the
Yeah.
effects wise, I can get over it because the movie was old as shit, right? The effects are
Yeah.
shitty, but like whatever. But then even like the stories or like the acting or like the dialogue, like is the type of shit where you've heard so many times, Luke, I am your father. Blah, blah. And then you see the actual scene from the actual movie that came from. And first of all, he doesn't even say it like that. Second of all, he doesn't say, Luke, I am your father. Luke says to him, you killed my father. And then he says like, no, Luke, I am your father. Like the cadence of it
It's
is
just
different. You
it's
know what I mean?
different,
Like
yeah.
is that
The
type of shit where like
iconic scene,
the
like the
iconicness
iconic
and the
thing people
culture, like
remember of Luke, I am your father,
it
isn't
takes
even.
off so much and it's so like overdone and
Mm.
reiterated that when you go back to the original thing, it's different than what people have said, and it's different from what you remember saying or from what you remember hearing.
Mm.
And then it's like, what? Like that's not how it goes, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But that is how it goes, and it's like this is weird. You know what I mean? And then he says,
Also,
Luke, I am your father. And then Luke like screams and cries, but it's like
ah!
he's like, no, and he does all this thing, but it's like you just believe the motherfucker? What do you mean? Like there's not even any sort of like
Let me do a birth certificate. Let me
no,
look at
literally, like because that
something.
no, literally, because in the movie, up until that point, there is no sort of proof that he is his dad.
It's nothing that was foreshadowed. It's nothing that
No, no,
like
no, no,
was
no.
like
It kind of was. So in the movies, they talk about how Darth Vader killed Anakin Skywalker and
was
how
it
that
foreshadowed? No,
was.
no. What I'm saying was it foreshadowed to Luke, not foreshadowed for the viewers.
Oh, I
Foreshadowed
don't
to
know.
Luke. Like if
Well,
there's things that
I
like
don't know. I
him
don't know.
growing up,
I don't
because
know.
then that could. I'm talking because then if it was that, then it can make sense that he believes it right away. But if it didn't have that, then it's just kind of like believe in this fucking strange ass guy villain dude just cause.
Well, that's the thing is like
whack.
the whole and up until that point, Luke has been told that Darth Vader killed his dad, Anakin Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
And up until that point, that was like the fall of the great Anakin Skywalker that everybody knew and loved. And Darth Vader's the motherfucker that killed him.
Yeah.
And so the whole time he's growing up thinking Darth Vader killed my dad. Darth Vader killed my dad, and Darth Vader's the enemy, and Palpatine and this and that and whatever. And he faces off against Darth Vader, and Darth Vader cuts off his arm, and he's like, "Fuck you! You're the guy that killed my dad." And then he's just like, "I'm your dad." And then he just believes him. No, then he just believes him, and there's no sort of like evidence, proof, this, that, whatever. And he's just like, "No way!" And he cries and he fucking falls. And then I think like in the next movie, he like tries to confirm like, is that motherfucker really my dad? Like, what? What are you talking about? And then it like unfolds. But like, he seems to just believe him and just be heartbroken immediately instead of being like, "Fuck you, you're not my dad," and fucking off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like if he was like, "Fuck you, you're not my dad," and then he fucks off, and then later he's like, "Are these motherfuckers lying to me?" Then that would make sense to me. But from what I remember, he just straight up like, "No," like, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: I haven't seen those movies in a while.
The wackest thing of the whole thing, fucking Luke and Leia kiss. Fucking,
oh yeah, well they didn't know.
Like they didn't know, but you know who did know? The fucking author.
Oh yeah,
the writer. Why would you keep that in?
And
like,
then,
I don't know.
And then,
there's some things where it's like that wasn't really necessary.
You know what else is whack? If I remember correctly, Yoda in the first 3 movies doesn't fight anybody.
Oh, I don't know.
And he's like,
but he's known to be like,
known to be like a super powerful, super like fucking badass Jedi. He doesn't fight anybody in the first 3 movies.
No.
And it's like, where do you develop this reputation of this? Like I get that you taught Luke, and I get that you taught him the Force, and I get that you're the master. But there's a different type of respect for like the master that teaches you shit and the master that fucks you up when you step out of line. You know what I mean? Like Master Splinter in the Ninja Turtle movies, he fucks shit up, right? Like he fights Shredder and he fucking does his thing, and you see why he's Master fucking Splinter, right? Mm-hmm. Yoda in the original movies, if I remember correctly, because I might be remembering wrong, I haven't seen these movies in a while.
Ooh.
He doesn't fight anybody. Yeah. He doesn't fuck nobody up. And he has this whole fucking thing of like, oh, it's Master fucking Yoda. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
In the prequels that come out later, he fights people and he fucks shit up, and it's cool. But like, it's just shit like that where it's like the culture and the phenomenon takes on a life of its own, and it's like the movies don't live up to it this far after the fact, I think. But
Oscar hates Star Wars. That's the general gist of this conversation. Okay, what are the things that you wanted to tell me?
Okay, for real, we can leave them for the next one because they're just general stories that are funny, and like this one's kind of.
I think it's also good to just have things like in the back pocket for like.
Yeah, that's true. Your phone died. All right, oh, you're out of space. All right, guys, I got it. Sophia's not here anymore, as you can see. Go ahead and laugh at her now in the comments. She's not gonna see it. Her phone died. No, I'm just kidding. Her phone didn't die. Ran out of space because she's a lazy fuck that doesn't clear space. But now I gotta do the outro. Well, she's yelling at me. I don't know why I'm listening to her. Actually, I could just take my headphones off because my mic is still recording. I have to do the outro now because I don't want to wait for Sophia, and I don't want to sync this up later. That's it for today's episode, guys. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back next week. I don't know if we'll be doing an overrated, underrated. I kind of think we should, because with this podcast being called the Hits Podcast, I've kind of thought like maybe we can do like a media focused podcast, like where we talk about music and film and pop culture and this, and like that's the general niche of the podcast. And I was like, nah, I don't know if we like pop culture that much to primarily stick and focus on that. But doing these overrated, underrateds with like food and movies, and I think we could also do like artists and shows and stuff, like I think we might. I think this might be a viable like option. And then of course, like if we want to tell our own little personal stories, like we'll throw that in there. But like, I don't know. We might be doing more of this. We'll see. Tune in next week. I don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll be here. See you then. Bye. I'm actually waving because Sophia always tells me to wave and I never do. But now she's not here, so I'm waving.